WonFes. Hello everyone, it's me, it's TenseiTwister, and as you may have noticed by the boxes, and a distinct lack of Joey Jones adorning my wall here, I'm actually in the process of moving house, if you didn't already know. So this is an extremely rushed and terrible video about WonFes that happened over the weekend already gone by. Just showcasing some of the figures that I thought were cool, and you may also think cool, because cool things are generally cool. I did consider doing another top 5, but I don't have time to organise that, and I don't know, I don't think it really works for this format, because I just want to show you some cool stuff and then get on with my life. Something a bit more structured and like good will be coming in the next few weeks after I've got settled in and stuff, so look forward to that. There is some cool shit on the way, both from WonFes and from me. Double whammy of awesomeness. So anyway, let's just get on with it. I'm just gonna rattle through these and then go to bed. So first things first, there were some exclusives again. There weren't the same amount of exclusives as last time around because there was a bugger ton at Summer WonFes last year. So yeah, it's just a few bits and bobs, and all I can say is I am really excited for the reclassed Android from the Kansai collection. Where to start? I mean, I'll be perfectly frank, this WonFes didn't have a whole lot for me, but what it did have was pretty damn badass. So just cut things straight to the chase. We got Rin Tosaka Figma 2.0. That's cool. She's going to go nicely with my Archer because you can't get Rin Tosaka 1.0 for shit these days. So it's a nice touch. They announced another Emi Ishiro as well. So there's some awesome Fate Stay Night Figmas on the way. Where the goddamn hell is Gilgamesh though? I asked this question Winter WonFes last year, and still I just notice a distinct lack of Gilgamesh Figma this year. Max Factory, what's going on? Now, I don't collect real action heroes, but this WonFes tried really hard to make me start. You've got, not only have you got Black Soldier Guts, but you've also got the waifu for Lifu for me. We've got Michelle K. Davis from Terraformers in real action heroes form, who just looks totally badass in a like transformed state. And then you got Kamen Rider Drive as well, so yes, Medicom is doing a wonderful job of trying to make me start collecting real action heroes, and it could be working. They are basically just massive Figmas after all. But yeah, we'll see about that. I'm not really going to go into real action heroes Guts just yet because I may or may not have just promised to spend an awful lot of money on the Wonderful Hobby Selection Guts. I didn't, honest, I'm not spending 140,000 yen on a Guts figure, on an anime figure! No, not me. On the subject of Wonderful Hobby Selection Guts, Wonderful Hobby Selection Femto got coloured, and oh my god, he looks so shiny, and he's got a Bayonet as the base, and look, coloured, he just looks absolutely fabulous. He's like Batman or something. Give him to me. But maybe not at 140,000 yen, please. Please. And if you could just hold off like putting up a pre-order for the next year or so while I save up for Guts, that'd be fantastic. Yami Yugi got a Figma. That was awesome. One thing I did notice on the pictures on it though, it looks like the actual Yugi figure's been 3D printed, but the Millennium Puzzle hasn't, which I don't know why. It made me chuckle. Also, finally, we may not have got Gilgamesh this year, but we did get a freaking Figma of Yu Narukami, the protagonist from Persona 4. I've been waiting for more Persona 4 Figmas, particularly one of Yu Narukami, for a long time. And this announcement made me more hype than I probably should have done. They did like a little teaser image, which was the back of him, and I knew straight away. But just, my heart went doki doki all over the goddamn place, and I was just like, yes, yes please. Jumping back to Terraformers really quickly, Akari got a prototype of the Nendoroid, which looked really awesome. It just looks strangely adorable for a show that's so violent. I'm probably not going to get him though. I'm still holding out for the Michelle Nendoroid, because she can quite easily go on the waifu shelf with Mako and Elsie and Etna and because I only buy Nendoroids of my waifus. Let's be real. Emily is going absolutely mental over the prototype of the Saber Altar that was designed by the Houquet master himself. It does look really, really nice. I might get it. I'm not entirely convinced yet. I think when I see a coloured prototype, that'll be when I make the decision, because I can't decide whether it would go with anything or not. I'm really weird, and I only really buy figures if I can pair them with other figures. Unless they're exceptional on their own, I don't like to get singular figures, because I'm strange and OCD like that. But we'll see. If she looks nice enough, and if she looks like she'll go with the other Houquet design scale figures, like the Blackrock Shooter ones from Good Smile, then maybe she'll find a place there, but still on the fence. I only just recently got into Artifacts J from Kotobukiya with Dark Magician, and I recently acquired Junoichi, or I only know him as Joey Wheeler. Joey Wheeler! But yeah, they are really, really good. I'm like really impressed with the figures that I've got so far, so I'm looking forward to more of them. I've got more on the way, and we've also got Grell Sutcliffe to join Sebastian and CL from the Artifacts J line of Black Butler figures from Book of Circus. He looks fabulous. You know, he's a butler to die for, so what more could you expect? And I like that there's less going on with the base, because the other two, they've got a lot going on with their base, and especially in the case of Sebastian, it seems like a bit much, but they kind of toned it down with Grell, and it's I think it's a much more welcome in that case. It's got a bit of the Blackrock Shooter going on with the checkerboard. You like that? And then also from the Artifacts J line, I mean, this was announced a few weeks before WonFes, but I'm going to show it here anyway because I'm really excited for it, and that's Kaneki Ken from Tokyo Ghoul. Now, not to be a hipster or anything, but I read Tokyo Ghoul before the anime came out. Just saying. I actually only read the Tokyo Ghoul manga because the anime was coming out, but shush. But yeah, it's really good. I really, really like that show, and I'm glad that they went with kind of a more active figure for Ken, rather than just a basic and boring one, because I was worried that if they were going to make a figure of him, it would be a bit plain. So I am glad that they've gone with this, with the mask and the tentacles, and it all being I'm a frigging ghoul, mate. I'm going to eat your face. My mind is kind of going, oh, what else are they going to bring out in this line? Because I'll probably only get him if they announce more. Well, then again, he is good enough on his own that I could consider buying him on his own, and he would go nicely with the other Artifacts J figures, but I would be really, really happy if Kotobukiya announced an Amon Artifacts J, because Amon is my favourite character, so if they did that, my face would just explode. Either him or Tsukiyama, because Tsukiyama. Amore! He's got a friggin' Giga Drill for an arm, come on! That's kind of it. There's not much more that I really want to talk about. You know, like I say, there wasn't really much of a yield this winter for WonFes for me. I mean, it was alright, but there wasn't a whole lot. There was, what was good, and what was great was Fight Club Mako!